The sun hung low in the sky, casting a golden glow over the bustling streets of New York City as Jude Coulter stepped out of the ornate office building. The marble and opulence felt foreign compared to the rugged mountains of his family ranch in the Montana Territory. "Have an excellent day, Mr. Coulter." The uniformed man who'd opened the door for him gave a half bow before closing it behind him. Jude nodded his thanks, though the fellow had already disappeared. He tightened his grip on the carpet bag in his hand and started down the cascade of steps to the street. Should he have had the money sent to the train station by delivery wagon instead of carrying it in plain sight? It could have traveled in a padded unmarked crate, the same way he'd brought the sapphires from their ranch all the way to this massive city. It had seemed safer to always keep the payment in his possession, especially since it fit perfectly in this bag. The hackney carriage he'd ridden in from the train station still waited for him on the street as he'd instructed. The driver glanced back at him as he climbed in. Did he wonder what was in the bag? Jude had left the satchel with his personal items in storage at the train depot, so he'd not carried anything with him into the office building. "The station, sir?" "Yes, thank you." He should have thought to give the direction, not expected the fellow to read his mind. He was out of his element here, no question. The driver called to the horse, and the coach lurched forward, weaving into the flow of traffic. Flow might be a generous word, more like a swirl. Hordes of people and vehicles moved in every direction, their sounds melding into a discordant chorus. Shouts, calls from street vendors, horses snorting and shod hooves clopping against cement and stone, wagon wheels, the creaking of so many harnesses. Too many sounds to dissect, and the effort tightened his body until his head pounded. He closed his eyes and brought up a memory of the creek on their ranch, the peaceful murmur as it flowed over rocks. That was where they'd first found the sapphires, blue and pink stones lying visible among all the brown and gold flecked pebbles. The gold wasn't real, of course, just pretty mica, which was why the place wasn't overrun with miners like other parts of the Montana Territory. But Dad had realized the significance of the other colored stones. Jude had loved working with him back then, as the sapphires became their family's main source of income. He'd worked harder and harder to help Dad. Finally, he could help make up for his mistakes, especially that one that nearly caused their family to starve one winter.